And I'm not trust and I'm not share this message. I'm going to be speaking on Mr. Karemio Ahau. This individual has a channel under that name, Karemio AO, on YouTube. Mr. Karemio AO, if I'm pronouncing his name wrong or whatever, it's whatever. That's the mindset I'm in talking about this guy. Karemio AO has a page on YouTube where he speaks about so-called Black American history, meaning our indigenous history, right? And he's been doing so for a very long time, a good while. He goes in depth about the history. He goes into passages and reads books, gives his commentary. And as I said, he's been doing this for a while. And I came across him about maybe a year and a half ago. I had no idea of him and, his channel, because I was talking about who we are as indigenous people going back to 2017. I was dealing with the Mesoamerican part of our heritage and history here. So when I came across his channel, it looked interesting to me. And I, watched quite a few of his videos. They were a little long-winded because I'm not sitting around here listening to nothing for 2 hours straight. I'm really, rarely something keeps my interest to listen for something for 2 hours straight. But, I hung on and listened to him. And I said, okay, he does some good research. I was surprised, but then not really surprised to find out that he wasn't a so-called black man. I can kind of tell by his voice that he wasn't. And then I saw his picture. I said, okay, he's a Latino. Okay, he's Latino. He's not, from the culture for real. But he is giving, props to and bringing awareness to who we are as indigenous Americans. I was like, okay, that's a step in the right direction. I like that. So, like I said, I watched his channel here and there because, again, I'm not really with all the long-winded talking and whatnot. We indigenous and that's it. That's good. One of the sisters in our community decided to, because she started doing her own research and looking into our indigenous heritage as so-called Black Americans, looking into our indigenous heritage. So she set up a channel, Sister Venzetta Mentangelin. She is, her channel is the American Indigenous channel on YouTube, American Indigenous channel. She has few subscribers. She has a very small channel and whatnot because she's busy. She don't have time to really grow it like she wants to. She's busy doing other things. So, but she does some good content. And early on, she would tag Karemio Ahau and some of her work, or she would make mention of him only to, steer people toward his channel. And where she basically was saying that he may give a greater in-depth and detailed explanation to look to his videos. And upon him finding out about that, he tried to I'm not even going to say lightweight. He basically tried to crap on the sister. He tried to talk down on her, condescend to her as if, she's not qualified to speak about her history. Keep in mind, this is her history. Her history, my history that Karemio is speaking on. He's going to tell her she's not qualified or she's not on his level, more of a condescending tone toward the sister who was trying to basically give props to him and his work. She wasn't trying to take nothing from him. She wasn't trying to take anything that he brought. She just basically repeated information that anybody could have went and found out, could have went and searched down books like he did. And again, he tried to berate the sister, right? That's strike one. Strike two, one of the brothers from our community approached him about our upcoming First American Street and Music Festival, which is taking place in Atlanta at Rodney Cook Senior Park. Right. This is the second time we're doing it. The first time was pretty successful. We did OK. But this time it's going to be even bigger. So we figured, why not reach out to him and all of these other YouTube platforms who speak about our American indigenous heritage, so-called Black people's American indigenous heritage. Why not reach out and let them know, yeah, we're doing a festival to celebrate our first American indigenous heritage who and being the first Americans of America, the only real Americans, we're going to celebrate that because we've never done anything like this for our people. And the brother goes to Karemio and he basically tries to, there's no other way to say it, but he tries to shit on the festival and what we doing as far as bringing, celebrating or bringing acknowledgement to our people as first Americans of America. He literally, tried to berate the brother, talking about he don't see no value in it. First of all, my man, who the hell are you to talk about what you don't see value in and what you do see value in? You sit up here and make money off of talking about our history. OK, you sit up here and make money about speaking about our history. It's not your culture you're talking about because you're a Latino. You're linked to the Spanish conquistadors, my man. You're more Spanish than anything. OK. Whatever black you got somewhere down your line, it's not apparent up front. So you're basically making money off of a culture that is not your own. OK, you'd feed your family off of YouTube and talking about our culture. So for you to sit up here and try to gatekeep this information or gatekeep, whether you in your mind think that our festival is worth anything or not. Let me tell you something. We did one last year. We are linked in with the city of Atlanta. So this is not some little park thing we doing. This is a real live festival celebrating our first American heritage as the only real Americans. And you would think he'd be like on board, if not to give money, because we really wasn't looking for no money for him. More or less, maybe you could have advertised and made sure you had something to do with bringing this to light. He didn't see the relevance in it. So I said, oh, this is more like an alignment to the way you tried to condescend to the sister. And now you shitting on the brother about anything where we're celebrating our indigenous heritage. Really? You know what that says to me? That says that it's not valuable to him because he don't see where he can make any money off of it. That's really what he's saying. Us knowing about our history and our culture and heritage and celebrating that, not just sitting online, because anybody can sit online and read from a bunch of goddamn books. Anybody can do that. Anybody can sit up online and do what you like to do anyway, which is research and whatnot, and then come back and spit it and make money off of that. I'm pretty sure the majority, if not all of your subscribers are so-called black people. OK, so your money comes from our patronage. So for you to sit up here and we are subscribed to your channel, for you to sit up here and act as though, like what we doing is not worth anything. Really? That's fine. We still going to do it. The second one is taking place. This First American Street Music Festival, the second annual First American Street Music Festival is taking place in Rodney Cook Senior Park in Atlanta. It's already set up and we're going to continue to do it. But I want all of you out there, all of my listening audience. No, and we ain't as big as listening audience, but y'all hear this, man. Don't mess with this dude, man. He's Fugazi. Don't mess with this dude, Karemio. He's fake, man. He's fake. You saying? Because again, he want to sit around here and gatekeep our indigenous culture and get funky with our people. He should be happy that anybody's reaching out to him and giving him any kind of legitimacy, because it's easy for people to get up here and say, who are you to sit up here and gatekeep a culture that's not even yours? I used to rock with this dude. And I even came in your comment section a few times and spoke about the nation. When you was talking about the Nation of Islam or talking about Fard Muhammad and things like that, I gave you information that you did not have, things you didn't know. Things that, if you were really doing any real research, you would have knew that. But you just show that you speak on things that you really don't even know what you're talking about. I'm the one that came in your comment section and gave you information, real information on the Nation of Islam and Fard Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad, because I know that history very well. And my people come to you and trying to basically let you know, hey, this is something you might be interested in doing, and you got the nerve to act funny about it. But that's fine. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm telling all you people here, don't rock with this dude, man. Not because he ain't support the festival, not because of no money, nothing. But why I say that is because, and if y'all want to watch his channel, that's fine. I won't watch nothing from him no more, because once you show me that all you interested in doing is gatekeeping our culture and making money for yourself, Once you show that that's really all you're about, you're really not about, being a part of our people celebrating this. In other words, you want to be the plug to our, mental evolution. You want to be the plug to it. And if you can't be in